Hello, it's Will, and it's time for Soundabout's Goodnight Songs and Stories. Let's start with the Time to Rest song. Now it's time to rest by staying still and listening to the music playing. That's the full song there with the ukulele. Maybe you're joining in by singing along now. Maybe the young people you're with are familiar with the song and have their own way of joining in. You could tell us in the comments. Let's do it one more time. Now it's time to rest by staying still and listening to the music playing. So, B has started a story off with you about a tiger and a mouse. We'll hear the full story tomorrow, but I thought we'd think about some of the sounds we could use to represent the tiger and the mouse. So the tiger is big and powerful. And although he can run fast, he can also move very slowly through the jungle as he hunts his prey. So the sounds we could make could be low in pitch, could be long in duration, and loud in volume. So maybe let's do a few of those, and you could think about how you could join in with the story tomorrow. So we'll do some sound and silence of a long, low, loud sound. Let's listen to the tiger. The tiger. Tiger. Maybe someone you're with prefers to play a drum with their fingers. We can make a long sound. And he's cleaning his paws, isn't he? So we could use our paws or our claws to make a long sound. Let's try that with sound and silence. The tiger. The tiger. The tiger. Maybe if you haven't got a drum like this, you could be moving those claws across somebody's body, making the stripes like B suggested on arms and legs. Or you can make your own sound maker, use a table, the tray of a wheelchair, the side of a bed to make those long sounds. I'm going to play you another low sound now for our tiger on my bass guitar. We'll listen to the low, long sounds. The tiger plodding through the jungle. One more time. The tiger. Or maybe you could make some long, low sounds with your voice, like the purring or growling of a tiger. What's the lowest sound you could make? Or is there someone in the house that can make a low sound with their voice? Oh, I got my throat. Low. What about our mouse? Our mouse. We could make the exact opposite sounds for him. We could make some very quiet, high-pitched, short sounds for our mouse. Maybe you've got some bells like this. The tiny mouse. That one's not as quiet as I wanted it to be. Maybe you've got some of these. And these give a lot of feedback with very little movement. If they're still. They only need a tiny tap to make some sound. And it's nice to strap them round an arm or a leg, or maybe offer them. You can get them nice and close to a young person on your hand and see if they reach out for the sound of the tiny mouse. The mouse. Or just like the sign, and if you've got, you don't have to have a drum, any flat, hard surface, you could tap your fingers across the mouse. The tiny mouse. Scurrying. Maybe he could scurry across a chest, shoulders, across a forehead or down an arm. You can make that little sound with your mouth as you did it. So there's some ways you can join in and make some sounds to go along with the tiger and the mouse when we hear the story tomorrow. Or maybe you'll just sit and listen to the story. And we've got a lovely, beautiful melody of a Greek lullaby that Bee shared with you. So I'm going to suggest a few ways you could join in with this one. Let's hear the whole thing together, and then we'll think about some different ways to join in to the song. Nani nani, we're going to use those words in a minute. Let's hear it. Nani nani kalomu moraki, nani nani kimi surika, nani nani kalomu moraki, nani nani kimi surika. So, not many different words in that, but let's think about the rhythm first. It's got a nice 3/4 beat to it, which means the beats, the pulse, the heartbeat of this song is grouped in threes. And often when you play in that kind of grouping, there's a really strong 1. And then the beats 2 and 3 have less accent on them. So in this one, I've done a big drum for beat 1 and a little shaker for beat 2 and 3. So maybe we'll just find that beat 1 and tap it out on chest, or shoulders, or hands together. Sound like this. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 3. 1, 1, 3. 1, 3. The other thing I thought maybe we could make use of that very first word, nani. If we can make a n sound, and it goes down in pitch towards the knee. So we could go nani. We've slowed it down, but there might be some people out there that might want to make those sounds. Nani. 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 So think about whether you want to join in with that, the heartbeats, or the nani sounds. And we'll look at some different ways to join in on Thursday. Nani, nani, So I hope you like that. I think that's really pretty. It's time to sing goodbye. I'm going to sing it in the same way I did at the start. Maybe we could do some gentle rocking or holding hands, or just resting and closing eyes to finish with. Now it's time to rest by staying still and listening to the music playing. Good night.